So, let's talk about We Happy Few, Day 4, Stream 4 of the playthrough. We're on to Chapter 2 now of the game, and this was Sally, the childhood friend of Arthur, and the journey of her story. Now, so my thoughts of today throughout the stream, I have to start off with the fact that there was one quest where I needed bleach and honey to make this concoction to save some cultists' lives, so some people would give me this item that I needed to continue the storyline. And when I tell you, I went and robbed every single dang house on this entire side of the map before finding the honey way up here at the Victory Memorial Camp with the old guys. It was just on a shelf. So when I tell you, robbed here, went over here, tried to get it from a beehive but couldn't figure it out. Over 3 hours of looking for bleach and honey, one of each, just to hand in a quest. A quest that is still ongoing at this time. Where it's another one of the ones where it's you go to someone, you hand in the quest, and then they tell you, I would love to help you and give you the thing you need, but you need to go and get me something first. And on this particular one, I went back to them multiple occasions. So, I have to say to the game devs, and I gotta say to the game company, you have a good game here at the core. You have a great storyline. You've got an immersive, vibrant world. Cut the shit with the bullshit grindiness. Don't make your game extra long so it'll feel like a long game by doing this BS. There's no need to go to a quest giver and get a quest to go get something else, to come back to them, to go to somewhere else, to come back to them, and then have those things to go and get be so far away that you are searching for 3 hours. The game's got good enough story, it's got a good enough immersive world, it's got good enough everything that you don't need to pull this mechanic. And then on top of that, on day 4, we had one crash of the game. Still a lot of frame loss, still a lot of everything else, so it was a tough day of gaming. I will say, this was my toughest day out of the 4 days so far of playing this game, because the Sally quests are very broken. The gameplay on hers is very broken. The quests are done. This is the worst questing I've ever seen. I will say, in all the video games I've ever played, out of all of World of Warcraft that roll out hundreds of quests, this was the worst layout of questing I have ever seen. It just takes away from the fun of the game. It takes away from the lore, the story, the everything. It takes away from everything that is so good and worth about this game, because the questing is just so... It's such a labor. It's not an experience. It's just a labor to get to a next bit of a story, which progresses so slowly. Like, it progresses so unbelievably. It took me... I've streamed today for 7 hours, 28 minutes to get from pretty much the start of the Sally story to the point now where Arthur's going to get cod liver oil. So I can assume there's at least another 3 hours left to the Sally portion of the story, because I'm sure we're going to have to grab the baby, we're going to have to go run out of the town, which I'm fine with. But it's just, please, if you make a sequel to this, if you make an expansion to this, just cut the bull. Cut the bull. It's not needed. You have a good thing here. You don't need to make this game 40 hours because your quests are just such a big labor. You don't need to have these quests that start here and then go here to come back here. And along the way, you're dealing with day-night cycles. So if it's nighttime and if you don't have the perk to stop the nighttime so you can, like, run around at night and, you know, and not care. Here we go. Reduce visibility at night, you know. Like, if you don't have these certain things so you can go around without a hassle, you know, it's just not needed. It's just really not needed. So please, heed those words. When you make an expansion, I'm looking forward to it. When you make a sequel, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you take the money from this game and utilize it as well as you possibly can for that one. Because as of right now, there's still, I haven't noticed any patches coming out for this, and it's very glitchy. I feel like the game is really long, you know, and I should be saying it's really long, you know, and it's so worth the $60, but it's just not, because it's not a long game. It's not a long story. You know what I'm saying? It's a reasonably long game. If you took out all the BS of these quests, this game would be the greatest 20-hour journey that I would have, and I'm sure many other people would have experienced. But you're adding 20 hours to the game with these very monotonous, very tedious, very laborsome quests that also have to deal with, like I said, day and night cycles of these towns where you might not be able to run around and be able to move as easily. Then you're dealing with these joy situations where to get over a bridge, you gotta take some joy, or to get from one part of town to the other, you gotta take some joy. And then you're filling up on your joy, and then you're hiding in a garbage can because you're waiting for your come down of joy to go away. Or maybe you took so much joy that now you're waiting for, like, the overdose of joy to go away. And then, you know, you're dealing with that. And then you're waiting for certain times of days to hand in quests. And, you know, when you're waiting for that. And then, you know, you have to go to benches. But for some reason, not every bench for me allows me to hit the wait thing to just let time go by. You know, but what if you're not in the town? Good luck finding a bench. You know, and like I said, not all of them give you that little wait option. It must be a glitch, I'm guessing. You know, every chair, every bench, everything that you can sit on should give you a timer thing so you can wait. So that there should be an option, wait till the joy thingy goes away, or like your coming down from joy goes away. You know, there should be so many of these options. You know, it's not a finished game. So due to the laborsomeness, due to all this, the hurdles that are made that don't need to be there, that don't make it a more immersive, because that's what I asked myself. All right, so this day-night cycle, is it immersive? Yes. In a way. Is the layout of where all the cops are due to the way the world is laid out more immersive? No. Having a cop on every single block is, to me, not immersive. Having 4 dang cops on every single block is not immersive. It makes it feel even less real, you know, than anything else. Because all you end up doing is just running through town, you know, and just, like, dragging them behind you until you can get far enough away to then go find, like, a garbage can or find a bench and then sit down, you know, and then you're on a bench, you know, and a newspaper that doesn't even load in right away. You know, it's like, there's a lot of wonkiness, but all of this is, in a way, understandable because I'm guessing this was an unexpected game to be as big as it was, but it has to stop being an excuse. You're releasing a game, you're accepting people's money, so I really hope, like, I love the story. Like, I hope no one mistakes this as me being like, this is a horrible game. I'm not saying that. I think that the core of this game is an amazing game. If it wasn't laborsome, if it wasn't tedious, if it wasn't drawn out with this droll way of questing, It would have been an amazing game, even with all the glitches. It would have been an amazing, amazing, ground-shaking, like, wonderful experience of a game. Wonderful. But the quest layout is just killing me. And the items needed for the quests are just killing me, and the experience in the game. So then the glitches I am experiencing are now like times 10 worse. You know, because it's like I just spent 3 hours looking for honey and bleach, and now the game's gonna crash? Really? Really? I just robbed every single house, killed every person in those houses so that I can look for honey and dang bleach. And then it took me going all the dang way. And mind you, I can't open up my inventory while sitting in a chair. You kidding me? You kidding me? But I had to go all the dang way up to there from starting down here to find one dang honey. One. Over 3 hours looking for honey. Every house. That house, that house, that house. All those residents are dead. That house, those residents are dead. Hey, these are ruined houses, but I did go there and check anyway. Hey, look, you know, over here. Yeah, that house, that house, that house. Everybody's dead. I killed all of Wellington frickin' Wells looking for honey. That shouldn't be. That should not be at all. If you have a quest that needs honey, make sure there's a vendor that sells it. How about that? How about that? Make it expensive. But make sure there's a way, you know? Cover your grounds before you're like, oh, let's make them get honey. And then make honey really hard to be found. Golly. You know? But, alright, so, like I said, it's day 4. We still have more days. We're not finished with the Sally story here. I'm looking forward to continuing the game. I need to know why the kids were taken to Germany. I need to know who Sally's baby daddy is. I need to know what the heck Wellington Wells is. Why does it exist? Why, when Arthur went over the bridge, it mentioned Britannia there? I thought we were in Britain or whatnot. You know, I have so many questions still. And even though the questing is so horrible, I still need to know. I'm so enthralled in the story. I'm so enthralled in this world that I freaking need to know. And that's keeping me going. You know. But yeah. I will say to anyone, if you haven't gotten the game yet, wait for patches. Wait for a sale, though. At this point, I have to say that is my recommendation. After 4 days of this is not a $60 game. No matter how big you say it is, how long the story is, and how much a lot of people say that adds value, drawing it out by having the worst questing system ever does not add value to a game. It does not make it cost more, in my opinion. But that is my review of day 4 of this game. Golly gosh. Thank you all for listening to my rambling. If you're watching this clip on YouTube, hit like, drop a comment. What do you think when you got into Sally's storyline? What were your experiences? Let me know. Drop a comment. Hit a like. Whatever you want. If you're watching on Twitch, drop a comment in the little chat box at the bottom right there. Share with your friends. Golly gosh. But thank you for watching, everybody. Everybody that's here live especially. Thank you so